Hi guys, it's Scotsman in Bulgaria here. This is part 2 of Summer Garden Tour. So we're about to take a wee walk into the main veg garden, so please come with me and let's take a look. Right, here we are at the main veg garden. I put this wee gate in just to stop the dog from running in and digging, which was becoming a bit of a pain, so we sorted that one out. So here, we'll start at this. This is our okra plants, so these should get quite large and grow their okras, which are quite the long veg that comes from them. And here we have the type of brassica called kohlrabi, which produces a big kind of bulby thing. Maybe here it's a bit better. There you go. And here we've got some a line of peppers. And on this side here we have our cabbage, normal cabbage, which are getting a good size. Hello, Mr. Wasp. And see these getting nice and big. And the wasps are trying to get in some of the moisture. Another big one there. And on this side we have our Roma tomatoes. So these are kind of slightly younger ones, so we've staggered them. So these are your basically like your plum tomatoes that you get when you go to the shops and you buy them in the tins. So that's those guys there, and that's exactly what we plan to do, is to can them and use them from our cellar. And I've also got some leeks growing here as well. And some more here. And on this side we have peppers, which are a bit more established. These ones are beginning to go yellow. So if we leave these, they'll eventually go red. But we've had to string these guys up because they're getting so heavy. We've got tons of the size of this, really nice size. So that goes all the way along, like so. And we've got more of these Roma tomatoes here. Now you might have noticed that they're not strung up like normal tomatoes. Well, with Roma tomatoes you don't do that. You let them grow on the ground when they're young plants, and then you lift them up so the fruit don't touch the ground. But the plants actually prefer to be low down. They don't tend to like being strung up. And you seem to have lots of fruit, so they're happy, which makes us happy. And we got some nice fruit coming here, aubergines. That's the old young one. And here we have lots of rhubarb. Some here and some more here. And we have our sweet corn, which we're really proud of. We're really happy, and they're nice and tall, which means that they're happy as well. And you can see there's it forming in there, and that's like the beard. So when this beard goes completely brown and is like almost flaky, it means that they're almost ready. But there's some that are kind of small and some that are large. It depends on how much liquid they get. And this one's quite a good size. There's one here that's a really good size. And you can see his little beard. And we've got the occasional little baby sunflower tucked in just for fun. And here's our compost, which needs to be turned over, and that's got lots of grass cuttings and hay and rabbit dung, etc., all chucked into there. So once that's turned over, it will get chucked into here. And you might have remembered my video when I spread all the compost all over this whole area, and that was in here, and that's all completely emptied now. So you just got to make sure that's weed free. And here, in this row here, there are lots of potatoes. Now the greenie was like huge, it was like way up to here, but it has been well watered, and it just naturally dies back, which means these are going to be basically ready. Well, these are early potatoes, and you can actually even see, whoops, some potatoes that are peeking through here, which we need to, because you can see there's a bit, they're starting to sprout on the top here, which you do not want. We do not want them to get green, because they produce chlorophyll, which you don't want. But in one of my videos, I'm going to do a video of digging all these potatoes up and showing you how I store them. And here's more squash and pumpkin mixed together, and you can see how the leaves tend to go all wilted. It looks as though they need water, but they don't. They're fine. They just wilt like that because of the heat of the sun. And then the back there is a watermelon. So this guy is hopefully going to give us a wee watermelon for the springtime, autumn time, excuse me. Which is cool. We have our little bit of water here, which is no doubt full of mosquito larvae, little sods, and they keep biting you. So that's the veg garden as it is at the moment. And obviously it's important to have irrigation. So each of these rows is linked up to pipe. It's got a valve, and then you've got your drip tubes, and you get different drip tubes which give certain amounts of water when they're full. And these are basically give enough water for what they need. And you put these on in the morning and in the late evening. And that's that, which is cool. And I'll show you the beds here. Here we have our cauliflower, which we're waiting to see if we get any cauliflower, but not as yet. we're told that they should produce because they're getting plenty of water. And here is a purple sprouting broccoli, which we're waiting on producing as well. But I think the plants are not liking this heat because it's been 35 plus for the past 2 weeks, and you're having to keep them well watered early in the mornings and at night time to keep them happy. That's our blackcurrant bushes, which are still quite immature, so they'll probably produce next year. And here you might remember there was wood, like a wee wooden area, which we decided to take out, and we put stones instead, and it just looks a bit better. So we're quite happy with that. And then here, this is the wood that was over by where the bunnies are. So this wood has all been transferred with a little help from my sons. Thanks very much, boys. This wood is all nice and legit because it's got a little green stamp on it, and you get a certificate to show that it's all legal and it's not illegally harvested. So that will keep us going for this coming winter, hopefully. And then here's all our branches from the trees that we cut. So that will be used as kindling. And this is our other rhubarb. This is our first rhubarb plant, which is huge. And to think that I bought this over in my suitcase, as in it was like the size of my thumb. Think of that, size of my thumb, and it's now this after 3 years. It's pretty good. And then we have our raspberries, which have been giving us lots of fruit. So you got some nice raspberry there. We've tied this with string just so you can actually reach the fruit, which is quite good. And we're very happy with our blackberry harvest. These guys are not quite ready yet. No, these are still, but there are tons on there ready to come. And there's more here ready to come. But you'll find, there's some here that are dying off. That's just the plant just saving its energy, and it's putting more energy into the other fruit. You will find that with any plant. If it over produces, it will cut itself back. So just making sure that these are well watered. So there's loads of berries here, which we're really happy about. We'll make some nice bramble jelly, which I absolutely adore. But this needs to be cut back, all this growth, which is going to be on the to-do list, because obviously all the energy is going into this and not the fruit. That's raspberries. So these are bottles which we have ingeniously put together with a bit of pipe, and these are basically if the our tank here gets too much overfilled with water from the main summer kitchen roof, then we can empty some of the water into these bottles and then put around the garden. And that's some of the excess water which is from the bottom of this tank. But we're just waiting on some rains. Please give some rain, we need it. And this is some of our grapes. So we've got absolutely tons of grapes here, even though we've got a bit of a drought here. And as you can see, they're beginning to kind of turn that brown colour on the leaves, which is a sign that they're needing water. But we are putting water on them. And then I'll show our way of cooling off. This is our wonderful splash pool. So where's the... There we go. So it's basically 30 degrees, which is pretty good. That's a nice temperature. And you'll see there's lots of wasps on the water here, which eventually drown. But we just skim them off and give them to the chickens, and they absolutely love them. So a nice little treat for them. But yeah, the splash pool is great when it's warm like this. It's just fantastic. It can just do a bit of sunbathing on the sun loungers, and then once you get too hot, just splish and it'll cool off, which is cool. And I'll show you the summer kitchen next. Right, we're in the summer kitchen now. You might have seen photos on my Facebook page, the painting that I did with my sons when they were over here for 3 weeks. So we basically completely repainted the walls, going right along, and we've varnished all the wood of the inside of the roof, and it looks brand new and nice and fresh. So we're like really chuffed with it. And of course we have the Bulgarian flag there. And we have our fans. And we have over here a little South African corner, so we decided to make this our little Scottish and Welsh corner, if you like. So we've got our Scots flag and a Welsh flag, because I'm half Scots and half Welsh, which I'm very proud of. And there's just some little Scots reminders for me here. Which is nice. So you can sit down on here with your beer and you can just watch the world go by, and it's like fantastic. And I just love some of these little posters and things from Scotland, which I'll bring some more. And we plan to put some little things up on the wee shelf up there, which will make it quite cool. So that's our summer kitchen, and we do plan to put a new stove in there and proper cabinets, etc., and make it a proper kitchen. That's our plan, to make it look really nice. So guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed the wee tour of the garden what we've been doing so far. There's a lot more things that we've got planned to do, and some other tours around the village and the surrounding area. So keep tuned, and but don't forget to subscribe, comment, and please share the videos. And if you're a newcomer, please take your time, have a look at my channel. There's over 60 videos there, and then you'll get to see why we're in Bulgaria and what we're doing here, and yeah, it's our way of life. But yeah, we'll see you next time on our next adventure, and ciao. Thanks for watching. Bye.